Ghostbusters 2 is a movie that I kind of didn't like at first. I am reviewing now. Before I get into this review, let me state up front. I'm reviewing all the Ghostbusters movies in preparations for Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I am not Afterlife. Sorry, my bad. Frozen Empire, and I already reviewed Ghostbusters last week. This week we're talking about Ghostbusters 2, which is a pretty solid movie that I wanted to talk about. So, Ghostbusters 2, it's a movie I didn't really like for the longest time because it is just so much of a rehash of the first movie. And that is a big problem. A lot of the plot, in some ways, isn't the greatest, where, okay, 100-foot fucking marshmallow man walks through New York and a huge giant fucking ghost invasion comes in and nobody fucking remembers. Like, no. That's fucking stupid as shit. You know, so like that doesn't make any sense that happened. And but however, I still really like this movie, especially more on rewatch, because you just realize this movie is still really funny, still really in some ways it might be funnier than the original, not exactly, but it's still got a lot of funnier lines than the original. It's not as quotable as the original. It's definitely not as good as the original, but it's a good movie by itself. And I think what makes this movie more enjoyable than something like Afterlife, which I would have the same criticism, that this movie is just rehashing the first. I think where this one is like, we get new ghosts in this movie. They introduce lots of new ghosts in this movie. We get new Ghostbusters in the movie, like Rick Moranis' character, I'm forgetting his name. He's in the movie, and he's a fun addition. You get that stuff in the movie that you want in a Ghostbusters sequel, which is actually introducing new stuff. In Ghostbusters Afterlife, we only got one new ghost. It was kind of pathetic how little that movie actually advanced the Ghostbusters series in any way, while trying to like set it up for a new generation, where this movie actually does the opposite. It still has too many rehash beats to be a better movie than the original. But if you watch this movie by itself, not by itself, but as a slightly less good but still pretty good companion to the original movie, it works really well, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I definitely like this movie more than I did. I used to really not like this movie, but I think a lot of people feel that way. And I think I recommend that you, before Frozen Empire comes out, you rewatch this movie, because it's still a good movie in its own right. And I am sorry my hair is such a mess. I need to brush it today, but I wanted to get this review done first, and I realized that was a mistake.